Welcome to another episode of Weekly Spark. Last week, you saw me doing some altering to some images, overpainting on this magazine ad to start to make her kind of a dryad or a tree spirit. And I cut out this figure and just loved kind of the juxtaposition of her and this face with the scale changes, with the leaning, and with the monochromatic palette. So I'm going to create a page with this. I've been doing a lot of trimming and playing with images off camera. And so, because, watching someone cut out something with an X-Acto knife is not exciting. But let me show you what I've found. I've found that, first off, this has been glued in with matte medium because I was going to just use that completely as is. It was perfect to have a little white border. I just trimmed up the edges from the magazine. So I like aligning the straight of her arms with the vase, like she's leaning into it and resting her hands on the neck. And I had some Xeroxes of snakes from a different project that if I cut out just right, could go like that. Can't quite get the whole snake on the page. So I will have to trim off some of those curls. But I just love this. And then maybe it's going to have some words. I've been working with some women from Greek myth in class I'm teaching. So there's, Pandora's vase. There's the snake from the Oracle of Delphi. There's going to be a lesson on Medusa. So this snake and woman and vase combination of things really was hitting on some of the icons from that class. So let's get these glued down and then we'll go from there. Although the snake is black and white monochromatic, I might do something to it so it doesn't look so much like a Xerox. All right, we're going to pause there. I'll let that dry. And come back and see if there are any words that I want to use or if it's just going to be a really simple page. I love how the images overlap and fit together. So stay tuned and I'll show you the finished piece in just a minute or two. So I apologize for this voiceover. I have a new mic and I'm still working out the glitches in the system. What I've done off camera is sort through my collection of found words from magazines. And I think that I do want to keep this page really simple. The predominantly black and white monochromatic color scheme had me thinking, and I pulled out some words that I liked the message of, but also that were in that monochromatic palette as well. Always choose dare, I don't know, with a snake and the pose of the woman. I just like that simplicity across the top of the page. This message is perfect. Excuse me. And the curiosity also links it back to Pandora and Pandora's vase. I'm not sure if these words are going to fit in a way that I find kind of visually pleasing because the space is limited if I'm just going across the top of the page. Also, the way the font was, it was hard to cut apart staying in curious without cutting off the descender of the Y or the dot over the I. So that kind of changes the visual dynamic in what I have possible, how I could possibly arrange these. Yeah, it would have to be something like this with staying curious connected, and that really changes the flow of everything, in my opinion. I'm kind of sad because I really liked that phrase almost better, but the visual of the smaller text actually works better with the page, in my opinion. So I know this video wasn't as much about altering images as it was finding interesting things and juxtaposing them together. I thought that I would go back to the Dryad and work into her again, and I probably will, but I just didn't get it done on camera for this video. She's going to need a green top because that coral color is not woodsy enough, and I really want her to be one with the trees, so we'll save that for a little bit later. Really happy with how this page turned out. Sometimes the simple things really are an absolute pleasure to do. I'm not sure what else to say. Thank you for following along. And as always, if you like this, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the YouTube things. I greatly appreciate that, and it does definitely help the channel. But for now, I'm going to leave you just with a reminder that I'll be back next week with another weekly spark, which will be my February goddess page for the year. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you then.